What's up? What is up? It's me. It's Nini. And I have a bio exam today. So you already know what the move is. We're gonna be teaching you all about animals. So the last exam was about plants. Today we're gonna be talking about animals. And I reserved this room for 2 hours. So hopefully I can get all done in 2 hours so that if somebody kicks me out at 12, I'll be able to be like, oh, I don't need you. I can just leave. I can just leave if you want me to. Like, you want me to leave? I'm good. I'm set. I'm down. I don't need your help. I don't need any more time in this room because I already did what I needed to do. So that's what our goal is right now. And the funny thing is, I don't even have my notes finished. I haven't even highlighted my notes. So that's funny. And we're gonna deal with it. We're gonna just make do. No, oh yeah, I have something. I have cookies. So I've been working out a lot lately. I've been like running a lot and exercising a lot. So today I brought myself a reward system. Whenever I'm feeling proud or accomplished, or like if I did something really amazing, I eat a cookie. And you're asking me, okay, you didn't do anything. Why are you eating a cookie? Because I can. They're my cookies. Got like 20 of them. What are you gonna do? Stop me? Yeah, I think so. So this is a quote that I didn't put on here. I just got in this room. I just kicked like the previous people out. Didn't mean to, but I've been kicked out before, so I shouldn't feel bad about doing that to other people. Anyway, let me erase this because I mean it's a nice quote, but I'm gonna have to like use this entire board. Well, maybe not this entire board, but a lot of it, so I can teach you animals. And the funny thing is, it's gonna be quiet for a little bit while I write whatever I need to write. And then I'll be talking to you about animals. Well, I'm gonna finish this cookie first. It's called Pepper News. Let's see about this. I'm gonna search it up. Pepper News. So they're German Christmas cookies. No, that makes sense because guess what? They taste exactly like gingerbread cookies. And my favorite cookies are snickerdoodle cookies. But my second favorite cookies are gingerbread. I could eat them any year. Like, I mean, any time of the year. And third would probably be ginger snap. I love like ginger cookie, bro. Oh, I probably shouldn't be eating this one. But anyways, those like German cookies, they taste like gingerbread, but with like powdered sugar. They're a bit drier and crunchier than gingerbread cookies. Anyway, wasting time here. Okay. I'm gonna get started on writing. Unless this marker, yep, it's bad. Marker should be. Yes. Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Bro, I look so tall. Could be me. Wish I could play some music, but I can't because I'll get copyright. But look what I have so far. An hour. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Shoot. Okay, I'm done. And now I'm going to explain after I take a picture, because if I get kicked out of this room, which I probably won't, I can look at those stuff again. Oh my gosh. That was so much writing. Okay. All right. So that took way longer than I thought, because now it's 1, and it's probably gonna take until 2. I have to explain all of this. Okay, anyways. So this thing is gonna be about animals. The exam is gonna be about animals. We're gonna talk about all types of animals that we got over here. I probably have too much information, but anyways, let's give it a review. I stepped on this chair, did I? I did. It doesn't matter. That's a work with anyway. Okay, so I'm trying to see where I can stand, so when I watch this again, when I come back and watch this, I can. It doesn't matter. Okay, so a little overview about animals. So how they reproduce and manage themselves. So the zygote usually goes under cleavage, so there's no cell growth. And then it forms a blastula, which is like a multicellular embryonic hollow cell. Then it undergoes gastrulation, which means like one of the end of the embryo, like it folds inwards and expands. And then this results in like 3 or 2 dermal layers. So there's the endoderm, mesoderm, ectoderm. And something about the mesoderm, it only happens in, believe, bilateral animals or triple blastic animals, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so 3 things to define. Larva is a sexually immature form that is distinct from the adult. So like it looks different. And then metamorphosis is a developmental transformation from a larvae stage to a juvenile stage, or like an adult stage. And then we're talking about Hox genes. These are genes that help with the development of segmented body embryos. We'll get into that later. Okay, let's talk about animal body plan variation. There's multiple ways that an animal body can vary. So there's symmetry. There's radial bilateral symmetry. Radial symmetry is just like it's all around symmetrical, and then bilateral just means that you can only divide it by one plane, whether it be sagittal plane or some other plane. And then we have tissue organization. So like I talked about before, we have the ectoderm, which is the outer layer, the endoderm, which is the inner layer, and then the mesoderm, which is kind of like the middle layer between the ecto and the endoderms. And these are only present in bilateral animals, like bilateral symmetry animals only. And there are words to describe these types of organisms or animals between those who only have an ectoderm and endoderm or those who have all three. So diploblastic means they have an endoderm and ectoderm, and triploblastic means they have endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm. Okay, so we're going to talk about body cavities. So of course, these are inside the mesoderm. So of course, it's like only bilateral and triploblastic animals. So if they don't have a mesoderm, it's like just assume that there's no body cavity. Okay, so these provide structural support and nutrient transport for the animal. So I don't know how to pronounce these words. There's an OE, and my Vietnamese brain is making it trying to say like coelom. But if you're trying to read it like from a French perspective, it probably would be like coelom. So coelom sounds a lot more like smooth than coelom. So I'm gonna say coelom, okay? But anyways, coeloms are cushion. They help cushion organs and prevent internal injury and allow for individual organ growth. So just imagine it as like if you didn't have a coelom. So humans were triploblastic and bilateral. So if we didn't have that kind of fluid inside of our body, our heart, like if we jump up and down, our heart would like touch the like some other like I guess like our bone or whatever, and then like it would start bleeding everywhere. So it just makes sense that we have like the coelom so it can like cushion our organs. So if you jump around, it's more like flowy and not like more like bumping into each other, you know. And then the hemocoel, this contains hemolymph, which is an internal. It helps with internal transport of food and waste, and this is analogous to human blood. So some triploblastic animals actually have no cavities, which are flatworm. But say I'm saying like all animals that have a cavity are triploblastic, but not all triploblastic animals have cavities. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Some other things to keep in mind: peripera, which are sponges, they are sister group to all other animals, or like all animals. And most animals are invertebrates, excluding chordata, and we'll get to that in a second. There's three major bilateral clades. There's Deuterostomia, Lophotrochozoa, and huh? Edisozoa. Okay. And you know what is Deuterostomia? So animals, they can be either protostomes or deuterostomes. So protostomes are animals that develop their mouth first, and then deuterostomes are animals who develop their anus first. So protostome examples are arthropods and moths, and deuterostomes are like humans. So humans are deuterostomes. Okay, and a little key up here. I put a circle for all the phyla that are Deuterostomia because like in this like circle shape, right? So I put a circle there. So whenever you see circle, so like right here, that would be an example of a Deuterostome phylum. And then, so like what includes Deuterostome? So we got chordates and hemichordates, but we won't get into that in this exam. And then echinoderms. So echinoderms are stars, sea urchins, sea stars, and or dollars and cucumber. Sea cucumber. Anyways, um, then I have a star for Lophotrochozoa. And these are invertebrates with locophores, which are either like a ciliate tentacle crown or trochophores, which is a distinct larval stage seen, for example, in mollusks. So I put a star because it's special, like they have special traits about them. So yeah, you get a little star. So like right here we got some Lophotrochozoans. Whoa, that's a lot. That's a word right there. Anyways, and then we have Edisozoans, and I put a little heart because they excrete exoskeletons and they molt, and I kind of like that. Like I kind of heart that. Not really, but I just put a heart because I don't know what other symbol to put. Okay, let's get into it. So, was trying to kick this chair, but it didn't let me kick it. I guess I have to like obtain consent to do that. Can I kick you, please? Okay. First phylum we're going to get into is Porifera, which are sponges. So they have a spongicle, which is a central cavity, and an osculum, which is an opening for them to eat and stuff. And then they're filler feeders, and they're basal animals, which means like they develop like earlier on, and that's why they're like sister groups to all of the animals and stuff. They don't have true tissues, but they have like extremely diverse cell types. So they have choanocytes, which are collar cells that engulf bacteria, and they are amoebocytes, which are like cells that look like amoeba. But I feel like amoeba have like pseudopodia, right? But anyways, these ones have flagella. And they're hermaphrodites, which mean they produce both egg and sperm. Yeah, so they're both male and female roles in one sponge for reproduction, and they can also produce antibiotic and defensive compounds. So example of that would be simvastatin, kills both cancer cells and penicillin-resistant streptococcus strains. Yeah. So that's pretty cool about sponges. Usually when you talk about sponges, you just think about like Scrub Daddy or like something that cleans your house. No, this will clean your whole life. Look, it kills like cancer cells. Like imagine if your life got saved by a sponge. Like that wouldn't be something to brag about, but that would be kind of interesting. Like you just live your entire life knowing you got saved by like a sponge. I don't know. So anyways, sponges are very useful. They can help you clean your dishes, your house, and also your internal what's it called? Defense system? Oh no, immune system. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, okay. Now I don't know how to call this either. I'm gonna not pronounce the C because it's either Cnidaria or Cnidaria, and I'm just gonna call it Cnidaria so it's easier. Okay, we have a phylum, and it's called Cnidaria, and it contains hydra, coral, and jellies. And there's two types. Oh, there's two classes. So the body plans for Cnidaria, they can either be polyps or medusae. So a polyp is large, sessile, and some examples of animals that. Okay, anyways, some examples of animals that are mostly polyps are hydra and anemone, and if an animal exists mostly in their lifetime in that polyp stage, they're going to be called anthozoans, right? Anthozoans. And a medusa is like is small and motile, and jellies are in medusa. So I'll draw it out. No, I can't draw it out. I wish I had my tiny like. So this is gonna be the polyp right here. It'll have like. It'll look like a little like a duster, feather duster, I guess. And then a medusa is like. It's like that. It's like a little upside down bowl. So. Yeah, so you'd see hydra and anemone look like this, and then jellyfish look like this. And if an animal spends most of their time in the medusa stage, they're called medusozoans. Cool. So all cnidarians have tentacles, and they have cnidocytes with cnidae. I mean, I feel like I should be pronounced a C. It's okay. But anyways, they're like exploding organelles, right? And they also have nematocysts, which are stinging threads. So yeah, you don't want to touch one of those. So first example, we got Medusozoa, which are jellyfish. These are jellies and box jellies. I got two examples for you right there. Anthozoans, sea anemone corals. Their exoskeleton is made of calcium carbonate, and each polyp generation builds on the previous generation of polyps. So they can like make like coral reefs and stuff, which is pretty cool. Coral bleaching, this is something I talk about, is when higher temperatures in water clears the coral's like algal symbiote, so it starts looking a little sad. We don't like that, but it's okay. We'll just have to move on to Platyhelminthes. And man, Platyhelminthes makes me like, it gives me the ick. Platyhelminthes gives me the ick. You know why? Because they're worms. They're just flatworms. So they don't have any body cavities, even though they're part of the like the first group of Lophotrochozoans that we're talking about. So they don't have a body cavity, and also hermaphrodites, and they do something called penis fencing, which is basically like they have this little extension of their body, and they like fight each other. And I think like whoever like hurts the other person or like hurts the other worm like gets to like a fertile. I don't know, but I just know that penis fencing is like they're fighting to reproduce. So yeah, it's whatever. Anyways, planarians are free living flatworms with eye spots, and they're just like plain flatworms. I don't want to come across them, but like if I do, it's not scary, you know. But trematodes, these I put sad faces. You know why I put sad faces? Because they are parasites. So an example of trematodes are blood flukes. And yeah, you don't want a blood fluke in your body. But anyways, they are kind of complex. They kind of like have complex life cycles. So they need an intermediate host, which would be like a snail, for example, and then a final host, which would be a me. I mean, not me, but like humans, not me. Let's not wish that upon myself. And then we got third type of platyhelminthes. They are tapeworms, and they are also very, very parasitic. They are found mostly in vertebrates by eating undercooked meat. So don't eat your steak rare. Well, you could if you want, but like I just try not to get tapeworms in my body. Is all. And they have two kind of like parts to them. They have a scolex, which is a sucker. They have proglottids, which are like is like a long ribbon of units with eggs. So that's platyhelminthes for you. They're worms. In area, they're jellies, hydrocoral peripheras, is like sponge because they have pores. Nigeria is you just remember it. I just try to like see kind of looks like a Medusa, I guess. Anyways, and then platyhelminthes. Plat looks like flat and flatworms. So yeah. Okay, we're done. Okay, next phyla we have Syndromata. There's two types. There's rotifers, which are smaller than protists. They have an alimentary canal, crown of cilia, and trophy, which are like jaws basically. And then they go through parthenogenesis, which is like asexual reproduction from under unfertilized eggs, which is pretty cool. But it's there, you know. And then we have acanthocephalans. I'll put a big sad face on there because guess what? They are also predators. They're also parasites, or not parasites, predators. And they're spiny headed worms. I'm gonna search up what they look like so I don't have to come across them. I actually don't know what both of them look like, so I have to search up rotifer. Oh, yeah, they're right. It is smaller than protists because I only see them like in microscope. They look like microscopic slugs. Okay, that's all you gotta know. And then now we're gonna search up the acanthocephala. Oh, yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That is something I don't want to deal with. Okay, so the acanthocephala, it looks like a bean sprout, but like not the good kind of bean sprout. Like it looks like a bean sprout with like a head. But I also don't like bean sprouts, so that makes sense. So I'm gonna call these mini slug, and then I'm gonna call these bean sprout. Those are some ugly animals. Okay. Since I already know what flatworms and jellies and sponges look like, I don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, so then we have these two ectoprocta and brachiopoda. I don't know what those are. I just know that they're there. I didn't have any notes on them. Okay, and then more lophotrochozoans. Oh, is that right? Annelida. These are segmented worms, right? They're segmented worms. There's two types of them though. There's Urantia, which are marine mobile and predators of algae. They have Parapodia and Siri, which is like a bundle of cilia. Example is Platyneresis dumerili. It's a model for developmental study, so it's clear. So I think I've seen that one before. So yeah, there's segmented worms. And then we have sedentarians, which include leeches and earthworms. They're less mobile and they burrow slowly into the soil. Or into like, I don't know, the bottom of the wherever they live. So we got leeches. I'm gonna put a sad face because you already know they're the predators. So they secrete anesthetic and also hirudin, which prevents coagulation at like the insertion site. So yeah, you'll just be bleeding everywhere. That's kind of gross. But anyways, what about earthworms, which are a little bit less terrifying? So their fecal casting and mucus helps the soil. They can produce sexually or asexually. They're hermaphrodites for sexually. Then for asexually, they can just like break apart. Like if you cut a worm apart, it's not gonna die. Like it's gonna keep. It's kind of gross. Like it's like you try to kill a worm, but like you cut it 5 times, and then like suddenly you have 5 worms crawling at you. That's kind of nasty. I don't want to deal with that. That's why I've never cut a worm open. I knew better. I don't want there to be more worms than there should be in this world. But I mean, if you don't want worms to be um, endangered, you probably would want to cut like a worm into like 3 segments. I heard they have a couple hearts. So you can't really cut them into like 26 segments if you want to make 26 worms. I don't know how all that works. I just know that they can produce like that. But anyways, they have something called a clitellum, and it stores eggs. So you know how like worms, like they look like worms, and there's like a little section where it's a little bit thicker than where it is like everywhere else. That's what the clitellum, it stores eggs there. Okay. The room over there wilding. Anyways, we got mollusca, which are mollusks. These are the second diversest animals, and these include snails, slugs, clams, oysters, octopus, and squid. So all of these have a foot and visceral mass, which is like internal organs and stuff, and a mantle, which is like a fold of tissue that can't or sometimes secretes a shell. The 4 classes, we got Polyplacophora. These are chitons. They cling to rocks in low tide, and they have 8 dorsal plates. So I am not sure if I know what they look like, so I am going to search it up. And yes, I did know what it looked like. I knew what it looked like because I tested on this. Okay, so I'm gonna draw it. Oh. Okay, well that's 6 plates, but no. Okay, that's that. I don't like the way it looks, but I don't think it's harmful. So, but anyways, okay. Then we have gastropods, which are snails and slugs, and they're 75% of living mollusks. Yeah, they move in slow motion. They have single spiral shells. We have bivalvia, which are clams and oysters. They're mostly sessile, so there's 2 halves of their shell connected together by adductor muscles, and they also have like sensory, veins and stuff like that. But the adductor muscles help their like little 2 halves to like shut. You don't want to be open valvia. I don't know. Anyways, cephalopoda. These include nautilus, squid, octopus, and cuttlefish. And I'm gonna put a sad face right there because they're predators. But anyways, they have tentacles, poison saliva, and reduced shells. And only mollusks are the these are the only mollusks with a closed circular or circulatory system, which means like they're inside like fluids are separate from like the blood. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to some Eddysozoans. So there's two of them right here. So first we got Nematode, and these are the most ubiquitous types. We got C. elegans, which 100 genes of these are connected to human disease. So imagine if you were an animal and there are 100 plus genes associated with human disease to you. Would you feel bad about yourself? Like, would you want to like make some action, or would you just continue living your life knowing that you're responsible for probably one like more like 200 deaths or like 200 genes that cause people like diseases? Would you feel bad for that? Because I definitely would, but I don't know. I don't think C. elegans cares. Um, it's just there. We also have Trichinella spiralis, which it can cause trichinosis from eating raw meats, and it makes muscle cells elastic. And oh yeah, this is oh my gosh, Trichinella. This girl, I hate her because look, she's so smart. So okay, when she goes inside your body, right, she makes your muscle cells elastic, so like stretch, so that it can house her. Okay, and then she can stay in there rent free. What the heck? And then not only that, that's not even it. Like literally, okay, these nematodes, they literally produce, or like they make the muscle cells produce more blood vessels, so they can feed her, bruh. Imagine like invading somebody's house and like using their money to hire like construction workers to extend your house, so that like extend that person's house so that you have a whole like wing to yourself, right? And then using that person's money to hire like a personal chef. Like that's what she's doing. They're nematodes. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like some of these animals be like getting me a little itchy. Like I don't know. Like the way the way they're being right now is just not like fun. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna talk about arthropods now, which are a little bit more chill. They're the first diverse organisms, like first diverse group of organisms. They're most successful. Why? Because they're entirely covered with a chitin cuticle. So it can be thick and hard in one place, but it can also be like flexible and soft in one place. So like it's like segments, you know. And um, you can kind of figure this out from like arthropoda. Like arthur is like joints, so like the way that they move is kind of like joints. So like imagine my finger right here, right? If this was an arthropod, the hard shells would be right here, hard shells would be right here, hard shells would be right here. But where the joints are, that's where the flexible and thin cuticle is going to be. So these arthropods go through molting and ecdysis. I mean, also nematodes do too, but I'm talking about this one though. It's really energy consuming and dangerous. And but anyways, arthropods have well developed sensory organs, an open circulatory system with hemocoel and hemolymph. We got three types of these arthropods. So we have Chelicerata. These are spiders, ticks, scorpions, and horseshoe crab. They have chelicerae, which are feeding appendages, so like pincers, fangs, etc. They have four pairs of legs and one pair of chelicerae. And spider silk is made by spinneret, which is pretty cool. Anyways, Myriapoda is the second type of arthropod, and these are millipedes and centipedes. And I think Chelicerata, you remember it by Chelicerae, and they have Chelicerae are just like pincers and things. Um, and that's how you remember spiders and scorpions. And then Myriapoda, it kind of looks like Millie. like a millipede. But anyways, there's 3 pairs of appendages, or mouth appendages. The difference between millipedes and centipedes. Millipedes eat decaying plant matter, so they're kind of like chill. They're scary, but they're chill. But centipedes, they're carnivorous, and their claws paralyze their prey. So if you get bitten or clawed up by a centipede, it's probably trying to eat you. Or it's probably trying to attack you. And we don't like that, but it's just whatever. Animals are animals, and they won't like. It's not like you're gonna try to reason with them. You can't even reason with people, or you can't even reason with animals of our own species. Like, bro, I'd be talking to my I don't know, my siblings, and they don't know what reason is. Like, they don't know what logic is. But it's just like So like, why would you expect a myriapod millipede or a centipede to really care about your emotions? Like, if it pinches you and you say "ow," it ain't gonna say sorry. It's just gonna be like, okay, I'll keep biting you. Like, it's just. I don't like animals. Like, now that I figured it out, I don't like animals. I didn't like plants when I talked about it either, but like now that I'm like learning about like these living, walking, they take up space, they take up matter, they take up, they scare me, they look ugly, they just, they take up all this food. For what? You're taking all the food just to look scary and be ugly and be inconsiderate. At that point, you can just starve. Like, I don't know. I just think centipedes can just die. I'm sure they help like the food chain or whatever, but it doesn't help me. It doesn't help me. Well, like, do cows eat centipedes? I don't think so. Do pigs eat centipedes? I don't think so. Do fish eat centipedes? I don't think so. I eat cows, pig, and fish. That's like my main like diet. Do plants eat centipedes? I don't think so. So I think I'm safe if I eat my share of beef, like hamburgers, my share of pork belly, my share of sushi, and my share of salads, and these centipedes could just literally be gone. Like, they could just like not like exist, and I'd be fine. Centipedes don't need to exist at all. Like, millipedes can exist. Like, they're not inconsiderate and ugly, but I mean, they're kind of scary, but it's like they're okay. They can stay in the food chain. Centipedes can go. Centipedes can go. Centipedes can also go off my board. I don't want to see them. I'm getting too worked up right now at like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. in the morning. Like, this is not the time for this. It's not time to get worked up. So anyway, Pancrustacea is the third type of arthropoda, and these are crustaceans and insects. So crustaceans include crabs, lobsters, and barnacles, and insects are insects. So there's 3 types of these crusty animals, crustaceans, Pancrustacea. And there's isopod, decapod, and copepod. So isopods are the largest group. They are most morphologically diverse, and examples are roly-poly. Decapods have a calcium carbonate cuticle, and they're marine. An example of that would be crab. Copepods are the most numerous, and they're in every fresh or like saltwater habitat. And an example would be krill. So I guess how you remember this is isopod is like I guess terrestrial, and decapod is in the ocean. And the copepod is like in the ocean, but a lot. So it's like none in the ocean, one in the ocean, a lot in the ocean, I guess. Okay, and then we're talking about insects. So insects, they can fly or walk fine, unlike birds and bats. What I meant by this is like when birds and bats can fly, they kind of sacrifice their walking ability, because when they walk on land, they're kind of clumsy with it, and they're not able to walk very well. I also have a random penny in my pocket. I don't know why I have it, but anyways, so birds and bats do not have that ability. But however, insects, they can walk fine and they can fly with just about the same ability. So that's pretty cool. They have 2 types of metamorphosis. There's complete metamorphosis and incomplete metamorphosis. Complete metamorphosis means like there's multiple molts and so like the young kind of looks like the adult. Like it's basically like when it's a young, it's kind of already like an adult, you know, but it just has to keep growing. Example of that would be a grasshopper. And incomplete metamorphosis. Wait, I think I switched it up. Give me a second. It just doesn't make sense that like that's complete and the other one is incomplete. Because what I'm about to read, um, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I was right. So, anyways, so incomplete metamorphosis is when it like multiple times, and then complete metamorphosis means like it completely changes from the larval stage to the adult stage. So, incomplete metamorphosis, the young looks similar to the adult, and incomplete metamorphosis, the young does not resemble the adult at all. And a good example of this would be a caterpillar metamorphosizing into a butterfly because the larval stages and juvenile stages do not resemble the adult stage. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to deuterostomes, which means like the anus develops first. So first, let us talk about pan means everything. Crustacea means crustacean. So I guess like pan means everything. So all crustaceans, including insects. Okay, I'll just try to remember it. That's all. So echinodermata is stars, sea urchin, sea dollar, and sea cucumber. So there are 5 types of echinodermata. I'm gonna sit down. My feet hurt. Okay. So the first type is asteroidea, and these are sea stars. And I guess how you remember is like asteroid is from like the sky, like it falls down from the sky. You can see a star in the sky. So yeah, asteroidea, sea stars. They by the way, they're like they're gripping to like things, and by chemical like by chemicals and not their suction or anything. Example of sea stars, sea daisies. They stick onto submerged wood, like submerged underwater, is what I'm talking about. And then we're gonna talk about Ophiuroidea. And I hate these. These also can go. Like I would say before centipedes, Ophiuroidea can go. Why? Because these are the ugliest animals you've ever seen. Not ugliest, they're so scary, bro. Like I'm scared of spiders, but if I saw a spider underneath the water, I wouldn't be as scared as if I saw this Ophiuroidea like dumbass. Like look, I'm gonna draw it for you. So this is a cute little sea star, right? This is Patrick. All right, so Patrick's gonna have little like disc and 5 arms. This is the Ophiuroidea thing. There's a little disc right here, right? And these are the long ass legs, bro. I'm not even search it up. Search it up. I'm not even being dramatic. Like this is literally what it looks like. Do you see this right now? It's even scarier than a spider. And the thing is like okay. Well, like spiders do have more legs than that, but the thing is, like spiders like crawl, and they jump sometimes. And that's scary. But imagine you were swimming in the ocean and you were like snorkeling. You got your I mean not binocular, your goggles on, and you see this creepy thing crawling in the water, swimming up with the little like with the long like the long legs. You don't want to see that. If I saw that thing in the water swimming with those long arms, I wouldn't be okay. And the thing is, if you think it's not that bad, search it up. Like search up a video of it moving. I don't want that. I don't want to see that. Don't send it to me. But I'm just warning you. That's kind of freaky, and I don't like freaky animals. I'm not a freaky person. I don't like freaky animals. So you can keep that freakiness away from me. I'm going to erase this off the board so I don't have to get so worked up on it. Oh, yeah. Those are brittle stars. Really scary ones. They're brittle, but I don't want to know what they feel like. Frankly, I rather them stay far away from me, which would work out because I'm like not on that side of the board right now. Okay, this is Ekano idea. Always talk about some ideas, bro. Like, oh, feel your idea. Like, bro, what does that even mean? Okay, Ekano idea is sea urchins and sand dollars. So sea urchins, they actually have an underside mouth, which is called like Aristotle's lantern, and it kind of looks freaky. I saw a video the other day on Instagram of like heart valves pumping, but like it was like open, you know. No, it wasn't like an actual video of the heart valves pumping, but it was like an animation, and you could see like the flaps opening and whatever. And when I learned about like the echinoidea sea urchins, when I saw the Aristotle lantern, I actually thought that looked like that heart valve. It was pretty cool. And then we got crinoidea, crinoidea. I have no idea. Like I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyways, these are sea lilies and feather stars. Sea lilies they kind of look like plants. They attach by stalk. And feather stars, what you think it is? It's like it looks like a fish, but it's not really. It's just a star. It has feathers, and it's actually kind of freaky. If I saw it in the ocean, I'd probably get scared too. But it's cute, you know. And so it probably will make me like it'll make me cry. So that's just why it's called like crinoidea. The idea of it makes you cry because it's so cute. And then Holothuriidea. These are sea cucumbers. They don't have a spine and they have a reduced exoskeleton. It looks like a long gourd to me. Like if you search up a sea cucumber, I like cucumbers. I eat them very often. They're really good for your skin and they're really refreshing. But when I saw this sea cucumber, I was like, maybe I should eat my greens for a day because it just like ruined my appetite. Sea cucumbers are ugly. But anyways, it's good to. I don't know if they're actually hollow or not, but I'll try to imagine that like sea cucumbers are hollow and they're not filled with slime because I'm scared that they are. But yeah, those are sea cucumbers. Oh right, we're actually almost finished. We went like half the stuff, or maybe even more than half. So now when you get into the thick of it, like here, we're going to go through chordata. These are the chordates. Huge group. You see how much this is? Like you see how much this was, and this was, and this one, and then this one, and then this was, and then this was this one. You see that? All of this is one phylum. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. So chordates, they have some derived characteristics, 4 of them to be exact. We got the notochord, which is a longitudinal cord that runs anterior, posterior, distal anterior, distal posterior, right? And this is your I forgot, but like I'll figure it out by the time we take the exam. Anyways, the notochord runs from anterior to posterior, and the skeleton, the complex skeleton, forms around this notochord. And so, like, where's our notochord? It actually becomes one of like those little discs in our vertebrae. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Second adaptation or direct characteristics of chordates are a dorsal hollow nerve cord. It develops into your CNS, which is your brain and your spinal cord. It's pretty cool. And the pharyngeal slits and clefts. So there are clefts that form on your pharynx, and then eventually they like develop into slits, which allows for like water intake without having to pass through everything. And then, oh my gosh, I think I have acne. It's probably because I didn't wash my face. I do. I have such a bad breakout. I should have washed my face. It's okay. I'm about to go home anyway. Oh yeah. And then the fourth is the muscular post-anal tail, but it's also it's just like reduced in a lot of species, including Homo sapiens. So first, we're gonna talk about two non-vertebrate classes because it's just easier. There's just two of them. So yeah, not all chordates are vertebrates, but all vertebrates are chordates. Anyways, cephalochordata. Don't get fooled by this name because there ain't no brain about these animals. These are landslets, and they look like landslets, like they look like a blade. And their sister group to all other animals, or I guess all other chordates. I'm not really sure because the sister group is like sponges, you know. So I'm wondering why. It's whatever. And they're used for showing derived characteristics of vertebrates. So like if it was like a diagram and you were to like label it, it's probably gonna be one of the cephalochordata landslet. And then you also have Urochordata, or is it chordata? I'm not sure. And these are tunicates or sea squirt. I don't like that name, and I don't like the way they look either. They're sessile marine, and they're also the sister group, but they're closer to chordates than landslids are. And I'm gonna search up what a sea squirt looks like, even though I'm sure I'm going to regret it. I just want to know what it looks like. Oh, it looks like a sea squirt. Yeah, I do regret searching that up. Yeah, we're not gonna search it up again. Okay, you already know what a sea squirt looks like. It looks like a sea squirt. Good. Okay. Anyways, that's it for non-vertebrates. Now we move on to vertebrates. They have three derived characteristics. We got a backbone, and then we got more than two sets of Hox genes. These other ones only have one set. And then a neural crest. So those are the three vertebrate derived characteristics. So yeah, let's talk about some of these vertebrates. We got the class Myxini. These are hagfish. They're the cyclostomes, which means they're jawless, and I'm gonna search these up. I don't know what they look like. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, we don't like that. That's freaky. I've been seeing way too many freaky animals today. I don't really like this. I can't believe I'm being tested on some freaky animals, bro. Oh my gosh. Anyways, they're I wish I didn't search that up because now I'm gonna not be able to sleep. I mean, I'm not sleeping anyways because it's like 2 a.m. But at least I have a reason now, I guess. Whatever. They have rudimentary vertebrae and they create liters of slime. That is so gross, by the way. Like, imagine you're okay. So do you, okay. So like, I'm Christian, so I don't really believe in like regenerating or like a new life or whatever. But if you were to believe in being like in dying and then coming back to life as an animal, imagine you resurrect or not resurrected. What is it called? Like, what is the word called when you like die and then you what is it called when you die and you become an animal? Oh, reincarnation. Imagine you were born as a human, right? And you committed like war crimes or something, and then you got reincarnated as a freaking McSeedy hadfish. Search it up, bro. Search it up. It is the grossest thing I've ever seen. Like, how many gross things have we seen today? We talked about centipedes. I already erased that because I don't want to talk about those. And then we talked about the Ophio Euro idea, like sea star thing that I don't want to come across again. Like, I don't even want to mention those things, but now I have to talk about this. Like, what do I have to deal with on a daily basis? Like, what? How is this gonna help me with my pharmacy career? Is what I'm asking. But anyways, they're jawless, but they create liters of slime. That is so gross. Like, uh, but the thing is, like, I think it's a good thing because they're using that for like, I think like space filling or something. Something about surgeries. Like it's good. Like it's good to have that slime for surgeries. When I searched up that picture though, it's good. I'm not gonna become a surgeon, but like that's so gross. Imagine if you're like a surgeon and you have to like deal with like McSeedy hadfish like all day every day because it's like technology and stuff. I couldn't. My appetite is done. Like I don't even need any more cookies, bro. Like after talking about all these nasty animals, how am I gonna be able to eat? How would you expect me to eat? Like, like I brought all these cookies and now I can't eat them because I have to talk about some freaking sea squirt and I have to talk about some freaking brittle star and now I have to talk about like a hagfish that looks like a disgusting like leech that like spews slime, liters of them. I'm not upset. I'm just getting worked up. Anyways, we're gonna talk about something else that's kind of ugly too. Petromyzon Petromyzonita Tita. Anyways, they're lampreys, and I put like a little like sideways face because they can be parasitic or not parasitic predators, but they're not always. These are also cyclostomes, means they're jawless. They have like these kind of look scary, They kind of look scary. They don't look gross, I will say, but they look scary. They freak me out. Like I would say top two scary animals: the brittle star and these guys. So this is what they look like. They look like a little snake, right? Like a little worm. Okay, so they look like it's longer than that, and it's more even than that. But I don't want to do that. Anyways, this is their head, right? And then they have this thing. They have so many teeth. They have so many teeth. And it's like, what if it latches onto me like a leech and starts like chewing on me? I don't know, bro. I'm getting the chills, and I already know it's winter, but I'm getting like the chills on top of the chills. It's like a double meat cheeseburger type of chill. But I don't. This is like just crazy. Anyways, we're gonna move on, so I don't want to talk about this anymore. Chondrichthyes. These are cartilaginous fish. I put a sad face because again, predator, and these include sharks, rays, and etc. They have a dorsal fin which helps them stabilize, and they have a pectoral and pelvis fin, or they have pectoral and pelvis fins for maneuvering. So there's that. They actually can't maneuver very well, but they have to maintain buoyancy by storing oil inside their bodies, and they must continuously swim so they don't like drown or not drown but like sink to the bottom of the seafloor. But if they want to take a rest, they can do that. Um, and to reproduce, they use claspers, which kind of like transfers sperm from the male to the female. And there's a cloaca, which is I called it a multi-purpose opening because it helps excrete things, but it's also for like it's for eating. I think. No, there's something else. That's something anymore. But cloaca is just like helps with reproduction. That's all you need to know. And then chondrichthyes. Chond definitely means cartilage, so that's how you can know. I just have a hard time like remembering these two phyla because the name is just so weird. I would definitely have to look at the phylum and class names and try to remember them. Oh, Petromyzontida is petrifying. The animal is petrifying. And Myxini, I just came up with a crazy. Okay, so my name is Nini. That's my name. And I don't want to be mixed up with any of these types of animals. But it looks like fate has already decided that I have to learn about hagfish. So this is a mix of hagfish in my name. It's a ship name. I might as well end this live. Whatever. Okay, so that's how you remember that. Osteichthyes are bony fish, and how you remember this? Chondr, cartilage, ost, bone. But anyways, these are bony fish, and they maintain buoyancy by their swim bladder. It's sort of like air and stuff, and there's flat bony scales and skin glands that release mucus. Simple enough. And then we have actinopterygii. These are rayfin fish, and the fins are supported by rays. And examples include tuna, bass, and cod. And then we have Sarcopterygii. These are lobe fin fish. So I guess pter is like fin, and then sarc would be like lobe, and then act would be like ray. Huh. I'm not sure. Actin is like some type of chemical, right? Or hormone? I'm not sure. But anyway, there's two subclasses. There's Actinesia. Oh, that's very confusing because I'm gonna think it's part of Actinopterygii. Anyways, the Actinesia or coelacanths are known as living fossils, and the subclass Dipnoi or lungfish, they surface to gulp air, and whenever like everything is like warm, dry, I'm not sure, but they burrow into the soil to become in a state of torpor. So that's pretty cool. We got amphibians, 3 clades of them. By the way, we're starting tetrapods right here because then they have like 4 feet and stuff. We have Urodela, which are salamanders. They can be terrestrial or aquatic. The terrestrial ones can like bend like their sides of their body, but the aquatic ones, they can go through I was gonna say a different word, pedomorphosis, which means they're larval and juvenile. In what world can I not read my handwriting? Okay. Larval and juvenile features are kept as an adult. And then we're gonna talk about my Anura, which is so cool because I played this frog game, and the frogs are called Anura, so now I can remember like easily that Anuras are frogs. But anyways, all toads are frogs, but not all frogs are toads because toads have leathery skin, and not all frogs have leathery skin. We've been doing a lot of like a lot of like things, like little puzzles right now. So like down there, I think we have like all animals that have a cavity are triploblastic, but not all triploblastic animals have I'm talking about triple. Sorry, all animals that have cavity is bilateral, but not all bilateral animals have cavity. Over here, I said something about all vertebrates are chordates, but not all chordates are vertebrates. And then down here, all toads are frogs, but not all frogs are toads. And I think I'm about to make another one down here when we're talking about like mammals and stuff. But anyways, that's just cool to me. Okay, we're talking about Apoda, which are Sicilians. I'm not talking about like Sicilians like from Sicily, Italy. I'm talking about these. Anyways, they're legless, nearly blind. Whoa, that sounds tough to me. Like, doesn't that sound sad? Like, we've been talking about some pretty cool animals. We've been talking about like animals that can reproduce hermaphroditically. We're gonna talk about like some predators, some ones like with like scary, effects and stuff. And then we're gonna talk about some Sicilians and they're legless and nearly blind. And like, I'm like, that's so sad. Like, do you want a hug? Like, wait, do I? I don't want to regret saying this. I have to search up what they look like. Because what if I just offered a hug and it's like some scary looking animal? I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. I don't want to hug that. I don't want to hug that. Um. Oh gosh. Who knew that my organismal biology exam 3 was gonna give me like stage 3 shock, paralysis, trauma. Like, I'm getting PTSD from this. You don't want to hug these. They're legless, nearly blind, and they deserve to be that way. Anyways, they look like earthworms, but they're blue and they're gross looking. They look like armored earthworms, if you get what I mean. Like, it's whatever. Anyways, I can't believe I offered a hug. Okay, amphibian facts. So their eggs are shellless, so they dry easily, and they really like a damp habitat. So of course, like because they have the shellless eggs, but also they have to rely on their moist skin for oxygen and gas exchange. So those are amphibians. Now we're gonna move on to amniotes. So their main drive characteristics is the amniotic egg. And amniotes only involve reptiles and mammals. Nobody else, just reptiles and mammals. So the amniotic egg has four membranes: the amnion, chorion, chorion, yolk sac, and allantois. Allantois. Okay, and then a little note right here. So we talked about like up here, cyclostomes, two types of cyclostomes right here, the myxini and the petrifying fish. So those are the cyclostomes, but all of these down here, like, are gnathosomes. So cyclostomes are chordates without any jaws. Gnathosomes are all chordates with jaws. Okay, so cyclostomes without jaws, and then gnathosomes are chordates with jaws. Okay, and then some things that characterize gnathosomes are they have duplicate Hox genes. Their entire genome seems to have been duplicated, which could be why their bodies allow for jaws and like a larger forebrain. I was about to say forehead. I was like, you better not be calling me a gnathosome. But I mean, I am a gnathosome because I have jaws, but I also have a big forebrain and a forehead. So I was taking offense to something that was the truth. Anyways, class Reptilia. We only have like 2 more classes left. That's pretty cool. Class Reptilia. So the derived characteristics for reptiles are keratin scales, internal fertilized egg, and the egg like laid on the land. That sounds deep, but it's not deep like that. It's just like it just means like they lay their eggs on land. The way I worded it sounded deep, like the egg is laid on the land, like it's bestowed upon them. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. It's not deep. It's just egg laying on land, bro. So we got 2 types of blood. It's not really good to be calling animals like cold blooded or warm blooded because it's just like thinking about like I don't know the slides of that. Anyways, so there's ectothermic animals which are cold blooded. These do not include all reptiles, but only the non-avian reptiles, so like non-birds. So this means there are external sources and provide heat for them for their temperature regulation. And so endothermic means warm-blooded, and this includes birds, mammals, And the heat is provided by metabolism. So what this means is if I stand out in the cold, I'm not gonna die immediately, bro. I'm just gonna stand here. My body's gonna keep creating heat because I'm up in heat. And you know how I can generate more heat? You pull me up one of those Mixini hagfish, or one of those brittle stars, or one of those apata worms, or one of those centipedes. I'm going to get into a lot more heat. I'm gonna have to start throwing hands. Maybe I won't start throwing hands because I'm like, I don't know, like the hagfish will start throwing it back on me, throwing like the slime at me. I would not, I wouldn't want that. So maybe not, but I'm just saying like it would get me into heat. Is something. Anyways, we're gonna talk about turtles. So turtles don't have any holes in the skull besides eye sockets, and they have a box-like shell. So usually, when reptiles have two like sets of holes, like ear holes, or like just ear holes, and then like eye holes. But turtles don't have that. They just have the eyes. We'll talk about two types of lepidosaurs and two types of archosaurs. So the first type of lepidosaurs are tuataras. They can be over 100 years old, and rats eat their eggs. Yeah. So if they want to survive, they better stay away from those rats. I mean, I guess it's not really their fault because they're eggs at that point, but like we gotta make sure rats don't eat them. Tuataras. I've never heard of them. Wonder if they're like useful for like the environment and stuff. If not, the rats can eat whatever eggs they want. Actually, no, I want rats to die. You know what? They can both die. I don't care. Lepidosaurs can also be snakes. So these are legless lizards. That's some alliteration right there. Legless lizard. They take part in lateral bending and belly scale gripping. They're sensitive to ground movements, vibrations, and heat. They have a loosely articulated jawbone and also very elastic skin, so they can eat like big things. You know, like I seen like a snake eat like this really huge like, oh no, it could probably eat some type of dinosaur. It could probably eat a tuatara, bro. And its eggs and its nest. Like I don't know. They scare me. Anyways, some of them, not all of them, are venomous. And the tongue flicking that you see them do doesn't mean that it's venomous. I mean, it could be, but like it doesn't have an indication of the venom or like the poisonous venom. They just do that to fan like odor towards their like olfactory senses on top of the mouth. So yeah. Okay, so I'm talking about archosaurs now. Archosaurs, crocodilians, include alligators and crocodiles. So here's another one of those like little like poetry thing. So like all alligators are crocodilians, but not all crocodilians are alligators. And all crocodiles are crocodilians, but not all crocodilians are crocodiles. The entire like class is just or like the group is just called crocodilians, but they include both alligators and crocodiles. So how you differentiate from alligator and crocodile? Alligators have a U-shaped snout. They prefer fresh water and they're a little bit less aggressive than crocodiles, and also they're dark in color. Crocodiles, however, they have a V snout. They prefer salt or brackish water. They're very aggressive, and they're light skin. So I got that light skin stare. You know, like if you ever see you're in like the water and you see like a really pointy snout, like a light skin stare, you know it's him. You know it's the crocodile. Okay, now we're gonna talk about bird archosaurs. So the fun fact about birds are like almost every feature of their like anatomy has changed, like modified during their like flight adaptation, like evolving, which is pretty cool. The wings are actually remodeled tetrapod forelimbs, and they actually have like honeycomb pattern internal bones. Like inside of their bones looks like a honeycomb, and there's like it's just filled with air. You know how we have like bone marrow? They just have like air in it, which is pretty cool. They're iced out. They got downy feathers And they also got contour feathers. Dang, this girl, she's working it. She got contour feathers. Anyways, contour feathers help with like the aerodynamics of it all, and the downy feathers just help them like be warm and stuff. Okay, and the derived characteristics of these bird archosaurs, they don't have a bladder. Females usually have one ovary. They have smaller gonads, and they do not have teeth. Their wings are made of beta keratin, which can also be found in the scales of reptiles, other reptiles. And birds are thought to be originated from bipedal dinosaurs called theropods. There's a lot of types, like you can type birds. So ratites are flightless birds, and these include like ostriches, kiwis, emus. And these do not have a keel, and they have small pectoral muscles, so like they can't really fly. But you know who isn't involved in ratites? Penguins. Penguins are actually not ratites. They actually have really powerful pectoral muscles, but they don't fly. But guess what they use the pectoral muscles for? They use it for swimming. So technically, it's flying in water. So that's why they're not characterized as that. So a lot of a few more fun facts. They can have specialized beaks for like diet, like based on the diet, they have like specialized beaks evolved. For example, like hummingbird has a really long beak to get that nectar out. And then they can have specialized feet. So passerines are like perching birds, so they can have specialized feet to like perch on stuff. You know. Oh, my mouth is getting dry. I'm out of water. The fact that I'm almost done with this, and my mouth is so dry, and I just ran out of water, and my voice is about to die. It's insane. We got mammals. Derived characteristics of mammals. Amniotic. Hair, mammary glands, larger brains, kidneys. They're endothermic, which means higher metabolism rates. And then they have efficient respiratory circulatory systems, and they have long periods of parental care, and they have a variety of shapes and sizes for teeth. That's 9 of them. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I wonder if I have to memorize all of it. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just not gonna do it though. We got 4 types of mammals. We got monotremes, which are egg-laying mammals, which involves like 1 species of platypus and 4 species of spiny anteaters. They don't have nipples. So where do they get their milk out? They have like glands on their belly, which produce the mammary glands. But it's not really mammary, it's like just belly glands. And then we have marsupials, which means they the embryonic development is inside the maternal pouch, which is called the marsupium. So the development begins in the uterus, but then it forms a placenta, and they birth like live young, right? And they have high metabolism rates. This includes koala, Daniel, and the ops. And what I mean by that is, I mean the koala, kangaroos, and opossums. And then we have utherines or placentals, which include humans. So this means like the animal or like the baby is developed inside the uterus. And the placenta is way more complex than the marsupial placenta. There's longer pregnancies than marsupials, and there's a long-lasting intimate association with the mother and the young, because the young stays and it grows inside of the mother. Okay, the last type of mammal is primates. So this includes lemurs, tarsiers, apes, and monkeys. And yeah, derived characteristics. There's hands and feet, like gripping hands and feet. Flat nails, skin ridges, so like fingerprints. Large brain, short jaws, forward eyes, and a well-developed parental care system. So we got some primate notes. The earliest known primates were arboreal, which means they're tree dwelling. So arbor in French is tree. And yeah. Yeah. Okay, anyways, all living primates except for humans have a separated big toe. Our big toe is actually with all the other toes. Because they're not divorced or anything, they're not separated. Monkeys and apes have opposable thumbs. So humans are apes, like they belong in the ape section. So we have opposable thumbs, which means we can like do this. You know how like most animals can't really do that? Like their hands, like their digits can only do this. So their finger can only like do this. And they can't like really like do that. But we have opposable thumbs. So not only can we move it to the front, we can also move it to the side and to the back. And I'm double jointed. Actually, I'm not gonna show you. That's gonna be freaky. Not at 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't feel like you're ready for that yet. And they have good hand-eye coordinations. 3 main groups of primates. There's lemurs from Madagascar. There's lorises and bush babies from Africa and Asia. And there's arthropods, not arthropods, arthropods, which include monkeys and apes. So apes are like humans, orangutans, gorillas, chimps, and bonobos. Last but not least, let's talk about the difference between monkeys and apes. So monkeys, they have a tail, they cling, leap, and they walk on all fours. They're small and they have hair on their face, and their chest is very narrow. Apes, however, they don't have a tail. They walk on 2 or 4. If they walk on 2, they're bipedal. And they're larger, and their chest is usually like wider, and they don't have hair on their face. And that literally includes that like wraps it up for like everything. Like I wrote down everything, and I just went through everything. That's so insane. And guess what? It's like 2 a.m. I gotta go to sleep. It's okay. I plan on waking up late anyway. But thank you for watching and staying with me for my study process. It's been a while. I've been going through a few things, but I'm getting through it. But I guess like I kind of have to just push forward and study. But look, I did it. I'm proud of myself. But yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'm gonna go home, and then yeah, I'm gonna chill. Bye. Wish me luck on my test.